just really quickly, the average person that's targeted, in my experience here in the United States, Western world, I'm just going to say Western world, is over 50-year-old women by far. That is the largest group. Sometimes they've got a religious background. Sometimes, most of the time, they're average in just about every way. I wouldn't say they're inherently smart or inherently dumb. I would say it just makes them smart experiencing this for sure. But yeah, it's over 55-year-old women by far, by and large.
Why is that? Why is that?
Vulnerable. They're vulnerable. Because if you go back to the idea of just human trafficking, right, which is the core of this, then it's like, well, what is the most vulnerable group in the world, give or take? It's older women by far.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, do you think that there could be an element, because I fall into that category, and do you think there could be an element that it's easier to call a middle-aged woman hysterical if somebody, if they talk about it?
100%. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why. Because it's like that whole Karen thing. It's like, she's just a Karen. She's got nothing better to do. She doesn't have a life. Her kids are gone. They're always saying and implying those things in society. It's one of those things that goes back, Yeah, 100%. There's a level of misogyny involved in why older women are targeted. 100%. Yeah, I can do that.
I can't.
Yeah, and if they're homeowners, they want to take their property.
Yeah, there's some stuff like that. But I would say the next most common way people are targeted, so vulnerability is number one, by far. There's nothing.
Yeah, I'm saying like older women have property,
Definitely. I would say number two reason people are targeted, and this is just, again, my personal experience talking to survivors, is their families had interactions with the security apparatus before they were targeted. One way or another. They just upset people, or they were tested on as a child. It's something like that. Usually it's a combination of both. That goes into a lot. There's a lot to be explained there. But the first is vulnerability. The second is if your family has ties to these human trafficking networks, by far. The third, this is rough for a lot of people to hear, is if you have children that they want access to. Because there's a huge part of this is pedophilia. Okay, let's continue.
The exact kind of weapons that we're talking about here that are used in voice to skull and behavior modification, the works. There's many other aspects to the technology. Each individual fits the general profile that I'm describing. So they're highly intelligent. They are able to be isolated by whatever means. They normally have some sort of what I would describe as a free mind. They're people that aren't, part of the crowd, so to speak, in the way that they think. They're outsiders. They're what the government would call dissidents or revolutionaries, or people that may be a problem. Some TIs have said that this kind of profile that all TIs fits.
This is, by the way, this is what's been told to me by the people involved in it. Okay, so he's actually saying things that I've heard human traffickers say to me, particularly Israelis when I was traveling, that I had this coming to me, that if I would have just fell in line, these things wouldn't happen to me. But that's not true at all. The reason now I'm talking about me, the reason that I was targeted had to do with my family, all right? I mean, and there might be some other things, like I fit some other things, some other boxes that they were trying to check, like he's saying, like smart or dumb, or, even maybe being Down syndrome or not, or being musically inclined or not, or something, stuff like that. Yes, there's those other boxes they are looking to check. But the reason it entered my life is because there was someone in my family who was heavily involved in these networks going back to the 80s, right? And that's true of a lot of people. That's true of a lot of people. There's people on this call right now that's true of, and they just don't know.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. Tweet, 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 tweet. Ooh, 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 ooh.